great golf here at White Clay Creek. Ryan Kidwell is our host, and I went inside with Ryan.
We had these amazing crab cakes last year. What are some of the other great things you guys have here?
Well, we have a Brady short rib.
We have B1, which is behind us here, where we can put your swing on air, and also we have our launch.
17th, 18th. There's always a dramatic finish to that tournament.
Little 140 for you.
Looks great. Thank you so much. I'm going to take this right now.
Well, as you can tell from the signature logo, that's the jockey helmet. We're at White Clay Creek at Delaware Park. Hi again, everybody. I'm Harry Donahue, along with Colleen Wolfe. Welcome to another edition of Inside Golf. We're down in Stanton, Delaware, right adjacent to Delaware Park, for a look at White Clay Creek again. And not only golf, Colleen, but also, how about those short ribs and scallops prepared by Chef Joe Joyce?
Yeah, we had a chance to go into the kitchen, and Joe Joyce, what a great guy, by the way, he showed me all sorts of great stuff. They have a lobster dinner here on Thursday nights. Wait until you see this thing. Unbelievable.
It is, and she was taking notes, so you know she's got all the menus. But more than the kitchen, the great golf here at White Clay Creek. Ryan Kidwell is our host, and I went inside with Ryan, took a look at the practice facility. It's still a little bit off season, maybe a chance to get that game back in shape. He'll have the launch monitors and all that going for us, and talk about memberships and outings, and of course, playing golf at this beautiful facility. So we go to the kitchen and we go to the golf course, and we're coming back next on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is brought to you by Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, and by Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where America goes to play. Visit online at phillytomyrtle.com. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, celebrating 90 years.
The Philadelphia Section of the PGA of America is celebrating 90 years. Since 1921, the professionals of the Philadelphia Section have proven themselves to be the players, teachers, managers, and stewards of the game of golf in the Philadelphia area. They are the experts in the game and business of golf. Please join us in celebrating our 90-year commitment to the game of golf.
In a crowd of light beers, how long does it take to find the Yuengling Light Lager? About that long. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yuengling Light Lager. Rethink your light beer.
Welcome back to Inside Golf with Nicole McIntosh, Assistant Banquet Manager here at White Clay Creek. Nicole, we had these amazing crab cakes last year. I've been talking about them ever since, and we're back for more. What are some of the other great things you guys have here?
Well, we have a Brady short rib sandwich now that just recently got added to our restaurant menu. We have our Kobe beef cheeseburger, which is very popular to our golfers. Obviously our clam chowder soup, which has been award-winning for a while now by our chef Joe Joyce. So we have many items and change in the menu constantly.
What's your favorite thing to eat here?
Is the crab cakes.
So what are some things that people say about these crab cakes?
That they love them. They've never had anything like it. There's a lot of crab meat in them, a lot of flavor to them. They really love the crab cakes.
Thursdays here are a party pretty much. Tell me about the different events that you guys have, specifically Thursdays.
Well, Thursday night is our lobster night now. We just recently started that. Actually, we've been pretty busy. Lots of reservations for Thursday nights. The advertisement went out well, and people responded very well. So we get heavy reservations every week. It's turned out to be a good success.
And you have wine dinners, and what else?
Once every 2 months or so, we have our Easter brunch that is coming up, and Mother's Day brunch. We also have Father's Day dinner. Those are some of the events that we do here for the restaurant, and private events as well, such as weddings and things like that.
The wine dinners, I saw your wine list. My God, it's huge.
Bottles, yes. We have a very large wine selection. And we have a great martini menu as well. Specialty martini drinks that we have here. So that menu is good as well.
What's the most popular martini?
Maybe the chocolate.
What are some of the other favorite martinis here?
We have the cherry cheesecake martini, which is very popular. It's vanilla vodka with splashes of pineapple and maraschino cherry juice. The baked pear-tini is absolute pear with cinnamon, simple syrup, and pineapple juice. And as I said before, the chocolate martini is one of our most popular.
All right, now you guys also have this amazing deck out here. Now, summertimes, it must be great.
Right. We have, at happy hour time, we have live entertainment on the deck. Every year, varies different entertainers, but it gets pretty crowded for happy hour, especially when the weather's really nice. So.
And we were talking a little bit earlier about some of the events that you guys do outside of the clubhouse, like the barbecues.
Right. We have a tent over in our Grove area, which is located over at Delaware Park at the racetrack. And we have tents out there that we do barbecues. They have a day at the races where they watch the live racing for Delaware Park and have a barbecue buffet and spend 5 hours of drinking and having a good time.
All right, we've heard a lot about the food. Let's get back in the kitchen and meet the chef. Back here in the kitchen at White Clay Creek with Joe Joyce, head chef, top dog here. He's going to show us around a little bit. Joe, what do you have in store for us?
Tonight we're going to prepare a New England diver scalp dish with braised short rib, and I'm also going to be featuring a lobster entree.
All right, let's do it.
All right. First we're going to start by searing our New England diver scalps. We achieve a nice sear by getting the pan really hot and adding a little bit of oil. Now you know when to add your fish to the pan or protein when the pan starts to lightly smoke.
Okay.
We're going to start by also seasoning our scallops. Excuse me. Fresh pepper. Some kosher salt. I like to use kosher salt because you can tell how much you're adding. It's got a gritty feel to it versus the iodized stuff. Pan's starting to lightly smoke, so we're going to place our scallops in the pan, obviously away from you, because you don't want the oil to splash back on you.
Now, are you going to season on both sides, or you just do one?
I'm going to season on both sides. There you go.
And about how long in there to get that nice sear?
About 3 to 4 minutes, and we'll finish it in the oven.
Okay. How long have you been cooking for?
I've been cooking for quite a bit of time. I've been with Delaware Park for about 5 years. I kind of started like most chefs, working with my mom in the kitchen and kind of embracing that and working my way up through the ranks of some local restaurants.
Now, I always hear that chefs, they cook so much when they're at work and then they hate to cook when they get home. Is that true with you too?
Well, if I didn't do that, my daughter might starve, so.
How do you not like eat everything in sight here?
I do. I have to go to the gym every day. I eat everything. I don't try to fight it anymore.
I would be in trouble. I'd be in a lot of trouble. What else are we going to put with the scallops?
Well, we're going to sear the scallops, obviously put them in the oven and finish cooking. Then I have a little roasted butternut squash puree here. It's in season right now. It's beautiful. We roast it, we bring out the sugars, and then we puree that with a little bit of cream. And then I have some braised short rib. This is one of our specialties here at the Rail. It's a fork tender braised short rib, obviously, because it's so tender.
That looks so good.
It is really delicious. It's like the most luxurious pot roast. People always ask me, well, what's a short rib like?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like the most luxurious pot roast you've ever had. It just melts away in your mouth. It's braised for several hours in port wine, herbs and spices.
Oh my God, that looks delicious. Now, do you come up with all of these ideas?
Yeah, well, me and my chefs, I have a sous chef named Josh in the front. He's busy right now, but he comes up with ideas. We work really well together, and we bounce them off each other.
Yeah.
We got some new additions to the team. Russell Vaughn just joined us. So we got some new people in the ranks, a lot of new ideas. Okay, so now we've achieved the color we want. And we're going to just turn them over. Okay.
So no spatulas for this.
If you use the proper technique, you get the pan nice and hot, it achieves a nice crust, and the scallop, the protein will actually release from the pan. And I think a lot of people, that's where the misstep comes, is they don't get the pan hot enough, and they'll put the beef or protein in, and it'll stick to the pan. But if you get the pan hot enough, that's a stainless steel pan, it'll release itself.
This is great. It's like a cooking class.
Well, there you go. And that's how you achieve that nice crust, is by that proper searing, the high heat, a little bit of oil. We're going to add a little bit of whole butter now. This is strictly for flavor and obviously a little bit of color.
So how do you guys come up with the ideas for the menu?
We kind of start by thinking of things that we would want to eat. You know, and we try to incorporate it with some local ingredients or fresh ingredients, and kind of we see how the specials are selling. We talk to the customers. Obviously, the members have a bit of a say on the menu and things they like to see. So, and there's some things that you can't take off, obviously. So we're going to place this in the oven for about 2 to 3 minutes to finish off.
Okay.
350-degree oven.
That looks so good already. I would just eat that now.
Well, there you
Doesn't even
go.
have to go in the oven.
Oh my goodness. We've achieved what we're looking for. We have a beautifully brown scallop, fully cooked, lightly basted in butter. And now we're going to get ready to plate.
Oh my God. The smell of those.
Amazing.
It's just great.
So
Now, when you put it in the oven, what exactly is that achieving as opposed to just cooking it on the
it'll
range
cook
here?
slightly faster in the oven versus on the stove top.
Okay.
It just gets a nice convection of heat. We have really good ovens, so it circulates the heat around the scallop versus so much direct heat on one side, so it prevents it from burning as well.
Great.
Now we're going to start assembling our dish. The first thing we're going to put down is the caramelized butternut squash puree.
And about how long does that take to make?
350 degree oven for about 45 minutes until it bubbles up and gets nice and golden brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say about an hour strictly because of the roasting process.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that labor intensive. You're not cooking the whole time, obviously.
And what's in this?
It's just, we roast the butternut squash, bring out the sugars, salt, pepper, and a little bit of cream and butter.
That's it.
So we just really, if you cook the squash properly, it has a wonderful, sweet
Wow.
flavor to it. And then we're going to add our Spree short rib, and that's cooked with port wine and roasted root vegetables.
This is ridiculous looking. It looks so good.
We're going to add our scallops to the dish. It's just a new way of doing like a surf and turf, if you will. Get on there. And we're going to garnish the dish with a petite herb salad. This is just some fresh parsley. And in this vinaigrette here, we have some lemon juice, olive oil, horseradish, and some fresh garlic zest.
Nice.
It just bites through the fattiness of the beef. You know, adds a little bit of a texture and color. So
And did you come up with this dish?
Yes, I did.
Nice work by you.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. And that's our complete dish.
That's beautiful. It looks great.
It's our braised short rib and scallop. And now we're going to begin by plating up the lobster entree that we do every Thursday night. We start with a scoop of our lemon basmati rice. It's got a little bit of cardamom and ginger in it.
Ooh.
It's got a neutral flavor. And
About how many of these do you make on a Thursday?
we reserve at least 35, and it's
Okay.
been increasing. And we grab our Louis the lobster.
Oh. And how big are these? Like about?
They're pound and a quarter lobsters.
Okay.
For $21.95, you just can't beat the deal. And we have some fresh asparagus. And we simply garnish it with a little bit of lemon wedge and some brunoise vegetables.
Oh yeah.
And again.
That's for me right there. That's great.
And this is our lobster entree with lemon basmati rice and grilled asparagus for you.
Looks great. Thank you so much. I'm gonna take this right now and devour it.
Awesome.
Joe, these are two pretty heavy dishes, more like dinner. But this here is something a little lighter, maybe lunch. What's in the sandwich?
What we have here for the lunchtime is we have a seared tuna with avocado and a little sriracha mayo. It's just a spicy mayonnaise, and that's just some fresh terra chips in the back, some fried root vegetables. Yeah, you're right. It does get fancy at time for dinners. We also have steaks and crab cakes on the menu, obviously, but we do a lot lighter fare during lunchtime. We have burgers and hot dogs and things like that.
Joe, thank you very much. This stuff looks great. Coming up next, we're going to get outside of the kitchen. We're going to go to where Harry is with Ryan Kidwell, and they're going to talk some golf.